Hi again, it's me, Erin, with Notice the Little Things and Grow in Gratitude for this Lent. So in the last quick video, we went through how to write your before and after journaling prayer. So if you didn't get to that, you can pop back that way. And there were a couple other little messages in that video. And in this video, we're going to talk briefly about specific prayer. It's an important part of your Growing in Gratitude journaling experience because at the top of each page of your journal, you will see a spot, and this is the journal that is for moms. You'll see a spot for specific prayers and gratitude for answered prayers. And I just pulled a page out of the journal. This is not the starting page for the first day of Lent. This one actually says March 1st. But I wanted to go over an example with you on specific prayer because it is something that I have really found to help me see God showing up in my day for small specific things and then be able to specifically express gratitude for those things. And it really is a very incredible and neat thing to watch unfold. So as I said, each day of your journal will have a place for you to write specific prayers for the day, as well as gratitude for answered prayers. And I'm just gonna go over that briefly. So when you pray specifically about something, even the smallest something, in fact, the smaller, the better, you give God a chance to show up and show you his goodness. And you give yourself an opportunity to continually express gratitude for this goodness and kind of increase your back and forth with God throughout the day through conversation and noticed blessings through answered prayers. So it says here in your Start Here and Welcome guide, some of these things that I'm going to go over right now. So if you wanted to grab this to follow along or just use this to follow up when you go to write your specific prayers, that will be really helpful. So what makes a prayer a specific prayer? And I give some examples here. It's probably best explained, as I say here, by what it is not. So, dear God, you know, we do this sometimes. I still do this, even knowing how well specific prayer works. I'll say, please help this morning go well, which is kind of broad, right? What does that mean exactly? And how do I know after the morning portion of our day is over if it went well? Because some parts might have gone well, but some parts might not have gone all that well. So did God answer my prayer or did he not answer my prayer? And it's hard when we're not specific, but it's a normal go-to to say something like, gosh, please let this presentation go well. Please let my morning go well. Please let this drive be safe. And so, but what we can do is we can break that down into what exactly specifically that means. So if I say, please let this morning go well, I can do that. We can still pray like that. God will still hear us and listen, but it's tough to see the answers for those prayers. So it's a little harder to express gratitude when we don't pray specifically. So I'm going to read here, right from your Start Here and Welcome guide. A more specific prayer is, God, mornings feel hectic. This morning, let me be at a good stopping point in my work when the kids get up and need me. Help me remember to have one meaningful conversation with each child at breakfast. When I remind the kids to talk nicely to each other, give them ears to listen. Instead of frantic, I'd like the last 5 minutes before school to be slower so I can tell everyone I love them. Please help me make smart decisions about time to make this possible. So now when I look back on my morning and I think of those morning meaningful conversations that I had with each child at breakfast, I can say, thank you, God, for helping me remember to do that and make time for it, right? And when the time before we start school, whether it's here at home or your kids are leaving for school, when I can look back and think that time was slower than usual, I did get to tell everyone I love them. And we weren't racing out the door frantically looking for hats and coats and gloves. I can say, thank you, God, for showing up and for being there in that moment for me. This is a specific example for me and my morning with somewhat younger children. So your specific prayers might be very different. There are some other examples here for you to go ahead and read if you want. And I went ahead and did this for today. Now, I don't have the answers yet, okay? Because my prayers are they kind of go out through the whole day. And these are prayers that I of course, will have more personal prayers that I will write on this and not necessarily share, but these are great examples of ones that I think that lots of people can relate to, and you can kind of start formulating your own ideas of specific prayers. And when we write them down, and then when the next day, tomorrow I will write down my answers for today's specific prayers. Are they all going to be answered? No. God's timing is not our timing, but you will start to see some of them being answered, and it's really, really neat. So today, specific prayers that I can finish one work project and get a little bit of 2 others completed. That's more specific than please let me just finish something today, or please let my work go well today. That when I play with Cora, I can let Cora is my youngest, she's here, and my other 2 are finally back at school for a little bit. So my next specific prayer was that when I play with Cora, I can let go of unfinished tasks and just focus on her. I'd like my mind to just be present in the moment and not thinking of all the things I haven't finished or still need to do. That I can give each kiddo one immediate response of attention instead of asking them to wait. My go-to when I'm asked to do something is, hang on a second, I'll be right there in just a minute. I'm sure you can relate to this. With children, old and young, there's a constant need, and I have a constant response of, in a minute, right? So one of my prayers is specifically that one time, I can give someone the immediate attention that they need. That I can get to a good stopping place in my tasks for today to allow time tomorrow for our cousins to come over. I'd like that to be able to happen, so I need to kind of figure out how to make that work so that we can have some fun there tomorrow. And that's where I stopped. So these are my specific prayers for today. Of course, I could keep going, and I did go out of the box, and that's fine. There's always space on the back for that if you'd like to. And tomorrow I will go ahead and write gratitude for those answered prayers. Maybe I don't see any gratitude yet for answered prayers because maybe my prayers were more of a long-term specific prayer. That's okay. You're just going to write this as you see it in your life. And again, all of this is outlined really well in step 1 of your Start Here and Welcome Guide. So you can go back over that. I just wanted to kind of go over it briefly with you in a video format because it is part of every single day of your journal. And so it's important that we're comfortable and we kind of know how to do this. So if you have any questions, feel free to comment with them here or reach out via email, however it makes the most sense for you and your family. So until I pop in again, I hope your day is off to a good start, and I will talk to you soon.